Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Energy Data Analytics Symposium hosted by Duke University with funding support from the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation. I'm Brian Murray, Director of the Duke University Energy Initiative and a faculty member at the Nicholas School of the Environment and Sanford School of Public Policy. The Energy Initiative is an interdisciplinary hub for energy activity at Duke. We reach across Duke schools to educate tomorrow's energy innovators, develop new solutions through research, and improve energy decisions by engaging business and government leaders. We serve as the institutional home for Duke's Energy Data Analytics Lab, the organizer of this event, and an interdisciplinary collaboration with Duke's Social Science Research Institute and the Rhodes Information Initiative at Duke. Now, many of you have already signed up for the Duke University Energy Initiative email list, but if you haven't, please do so. It's the very best way to get updates on energy news and opportunities at Duke, including events like this one. Now, I have to tell you how thrilled my colleagues and I are that this day has finally arrived. We had originally planned to have this as an in-person event in May, with a target audience of maybe 75 or 80 people. But of course, COVID crashed that party. And after a while, it became abundantly clear that we would need to make this a remote event. The silver lining, as of yesterday, 370 people from 6 continents, 29 countries, and 24 states had registered to participate. And some of those, and some of you are participating in the middle of the night, and I appreciate that. So while we miss sharing our beautiful campus with you, and please do come to Duke one day because it is a beautiful campus, we are grateful that you could join us today. Now, the focus of this symposium is how can machine learning and data science tools improve our understanding of energy systems and manage them to be more accessible, affordable, reliable, and clean. Today and tomorrow will feature a mix of live and pre-recorded content. And importantly, time for you to interact in small groups with your fellow attendees. We hope to share ideas and research, but we also want to create connections and community, even through this virtual format. As I mentioned, funding support for this event and also for the Duke University Energy Data Analytics PhD Fellows Program, of which we are proud to have our 7 fellows participating today, is provided by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Evan Michelson, Program Director of the Sloan Foundation's Energy and Environment Program, to provide remarks on his team's work advancing energy data analytics research. Evan's bio can be found in the symposium program, a link of which will be found in the chat. Sloan has played an important role in the launch of our Energy Data Analytics Lab, the Fellows Program, and this event. Along the way, Evan has helped guide our efforts with vision, foresight, and tremendous adaptability. And for that, we are deeply grateful. So Evan, I'm hoping you can join us on the stage, so to speak.
Great. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. And hopefully everyone can hear me. I'm going to share my screen and just show a few slides. So first off, what I really wanted to do is thank everyone that is involved in putting together today's Energy Data Analytics Symposium and everyone at Duke University Energy Data Analytics Lab for organizing it. You heard from Brian Murray, Trey Gowdy. There's a whole number of other folks that are involved: Kyle Bradbury, Jordan Maloof, Billy Pizer, Cynthia Root, and everyone else. Those are both faculty and staff at Duke's Energy Data Analytics Lab that have been key throughout our engagement with them in both leading the student fellowship process that we support and in really moving the field of research forward for many different points of view. Unfortunately, we obviously can't all be together. I have a picture up if those who can see it are able to of our offices at the Sloan Foundation, which is based in New York during the holidays, which is a lovely time to be in New York City and looking forward to getting back there next year at this time, obviously. What I wanted to do was talk a little bit about the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, for those of you that are not familiar with us. So the Sloan Foundation was founded in 1934 as a not-for-profit philanthropy, as a grant-making institution by Alfred P. Sloan Jr., who was the president and CEO of General Motors. Alfred P. Sloan Jr. was very interested in the role of both economics and empirical science to improve the human condition. And what he really set up the Sloan Foundation to do was to advance scientific knowledge through the support of research, education, and public engagement in science, technology, and economics. And over the past many decades, we at the foundation have really worked on implementing that vision to support high quality, impartial scientific research, to foster a robust and diverse scientific workforce, to strengthen public understanding and engagement with science, and really promote the health of the institutions of the scientific endeavor, predominantly academic institutions and universities, but really in thinking about the wide range of institutional forms where impartial scientific research can take place. So we have a number of grant programs at the Sloan Foundation. We kind of divide them up into a few different buckets. I lead the Energy and Environment Program, which is one of our core research programs at the Sloan Foundation. If you're able to see my slides, we have a number of other research programs that we support, thinking about the chemistry of indoor environments, which is obviously a really critical topic these days. We have a program focused on economics and how that impacts institutions and behavioral economic research, and a wide range of other economic topics. We also work in the basic sciences. We have projects on physics, astronomy, and things of that nature. We have a whole separate program that focuses on the role of technology in the scientific and social science enterprise. So we think a lot about building better software for science, data and computational research, the role of data science and scholarly communications, and a wide range of other topics. We think a lot about diversity and the diversity of the scientific enterprise. So we have a whole program focused on diversity, equity, inclusion, in STEM, specifically focused on higher education. And then we have a program that's focused on the public understanding of science, where we fund books and film and TV shows and theater, all related to communicating science and the role of scientists to the general public. So as I mentioned, I run the Energy and Environment Program at the Sloan Foundation. And the goal of our program is to inform the societal transition toward low carbon energy systems. We have a particular focus on the United States, so a majority of our research and focus and training efforts are focused on the US. And we fund work that runs across a wide range of domains, across economics, environmental issues. We think about the emergence of new energy technologies, and increasingly about the distributional issues that arise with respect to energy and environmental issues. We support academic research and training. Those are at the core of what we do. And we also really focus on efforts that support network building and knowledge dissemination. So an event like this, the Energy Data Analytics Symposium, really is bringing together many of the kinds of different activities we like to support. Academic research, training for early career scholars, networking across a wide range of scholarly, academic, and practitioner individuals and organizations, and disseminating knowledge so that it can be used and shared. Over time, we've really begun to focus our program on supporting specifically an emphasis on interdisciplinary collaborative research, which I think is at the heart of what energy data analytics is all about. Leadership by early and mid-career researchers and scholars, an effort to link researchers with practitioners. So I'm excited to see that there are a lot of folks that aren't just scholars here, but those that are working on implementing energy data science in the field. Work that's really fills knowledge gaps and is catalytic that can help advance new areas of work, and partnerships with other funders wherever possible. There are 6 topics of interest within the broader energy and environment space that we pay particular attention to, that are at the core of what we tend to support. So work that looks at energy markets and policy analysis is really central to a lot of what we do. We have work on net zero innovation and negative emissions technologies as the second focal area. Research that looks at transportation and mobility. Those first 3 have been at the core of our program for a number of years. And then we have a number of newer topic areas that we are beginning to investigate. Work on energy and distributional equity, work on energy systems and climate adaptation, really looking at the impacts of climate change on energy systems infrastructure, and also thinking about industrial decarbonization. And my view is that energy data analytics really cuts across all of these, and it's really a cross-cutting topic area, which is why it's so important and central to the work that we do. Lastly, I just wanted to highlight some of the projects that we support that really involve data science centrally. And here, I've highlighted them if they're visible around some of the 4 topic areas that we support. So in terms of training, we support, as Brian mentioned, some of the energy data analytics PhD students that are based at Duke, but that program is expanding and are supporting some other participating students in the future in other universities in North Carolina. We have a postdoctoral program in energy social science research that's organized by an organization called CLEAR that has supported a number of postdoctoral scholars thinking about the intersection of energy data science and research at a number of universities around the country. We have a large number of research programs that make use of data science with respect to the energy system. We have a program that we support called the Open Energy Outlook for the United States, which just published a really nice article in Joule about the role of data science in understanding energy systems modeling. We have work being undertaken at Resources for the Future and the Climate Impact Lab at the University of Chicago that are using sophisticated data science tools to understand key research questions like the social cost of carbon. We have research that's being led by scholars at the Environmental Law Institute that's looking at the intersection between energy, the environment, and the digital economy. So digital platforms, understanding their energy implications and even the energy implications of advances in artificial intelligence and blockchain. We have research being undertaken at Johns Hopkins University that's using sophisticated data science and machine learning techniques to understand the spatiotemporal changes in the energy system across the United States. And we've even made a series of grants last year and earlier this year that looks at the role of sensors in better understanding energy environmental systems. And they're really making a lot of use of data science techniques as well. We support a handful of platforms, organizations that are developing data sets and tools for energy data science. Pecan Street, based in Texas, which has a really sophisticated data science database that scholars can do research on called Dataport, and an organization called Catalyst Cooperative, which is making energy data sets more easily available to the research community. And lastly, as I mentioned, we have some grant making around dissemination of work. So some scholars that have organized this workshop in environmental economics and data science, which likely will be taking place in person in future years. So this is all to say that I think energy data analytics really cuts across many aspects of the scholarly world. And I'm really excited to hear from the researchers and practitioners, the faculty and students that will be presenting today and tomorrow to really understand how this issue is evolving and really moving forward in a cutting edge way. So again, thanks to the folks at Duke, and I look forward to learning along with everyone else over the course of the next 2 days.
Thank you very much, Evan. Evan has been and Sloan have been such tremendous partners in all of these endeavors, and particularly in today's event. So thank you. There are others at Duke as well who are on the Energy Data Analytics Lab team who have been behind this. Dr. Kyle Bradbury, who's also a faculty member at the Pratt School of Engineering, as is Jordan Maloff. Billy Pizer, faculty member at the Stanford School of Public Policy. Cynthia Rudin, faculty member in computer science and in Pratt School of Engineering. And then Trey Gowdy has really been the person who has made all this happen from a logistical standpoint and is working behind the scenes right now to get the slide situation fixed up as well. And Jacob Bratch from the Energy Initiative has also been helpful in the productive end of things, as well as the communications team at the Energy Initiative. So anyway, thank you all for your participation.